Once upon a time in Fairyland, there lived a group of fairies who had the most delightful pets. These pets were magical creatures with minds of their own, and they loved to get into funny and silly adventures. Lila, a kind fairy with sparkling wings, had a fluffy little dragon named Sparkle. Sparkle was very small but loved to play tricks. One day, Sparkle found a pot of fairy dust and decided it would be fun to sprinkle it all over the fairy village. Soon, everyone's wings were sparkling with bright colors. One fairy had rainbow wings, another had wings like a sunset. The fairies giggled and laughed, and even the grumpy old fairy smiled. Sparkle hid behind a cloud, watching with delight as the village turned into a colorful, twinkling wonderland. Fizzle, a fairy who loved to read, had a unicorn named Whisper who loved to talk. Whisper had a special talent. He could talk in rhyme. One day, Whisper started telling jokes in rhymes while riding through the village. "Why did the unicorn cross the road? To get to the magical toad," he rhymed. All the fairies burst into laughter, and even the shyest fairy joined in the fun. Whisper's rhyming jokes made everyone's day brighter. Bubbles, a fairy who loved to sing, had an owl named Hoot. Hoot was very clever and enjoyed playing hide-and-seek. One day, Hoot decided to play a trick on the other fairies. He hid in a tree and started hooting in different voices, one like a frog, one like a chipmunk, and even one like a squeaky toy. The fairies looked everywhere, but they couldn't find Hoot. Finally, when Hoot couldn't hold in his laughter anymore, he flew down and the fairies found him. They laughed so hard their wings fluttered with joy. Glitter, the fairy who loved to dance, had a tiny pixie named Twinkle. Twinkle was always trying new dance moves. One day, Twinkle decided to perform a new dance routine right in the middle of a fairy feast. She twirled and leaped, but her dancing was so lively that she accidentally knocked over a pie. Instead of being upset, the fairies cheered for Twinkle's wild moves. They even made a new game where they danced around the pie and laughed together. Dewdrop, a fairy who enjoyed gardening, had a busy bee named Buzz. Buzz loved to collect nectar, but he was always in a hurry. One day, Buzz flew so fast that he accidentally carried away Dewdrop's favorite flower. Dewdrop followed Buzz and found him trying to fit the flower into a tiny, magical teapot. When Dewdrop saw Buzz's puzzled face, she couldn't help but laugh. She gently helped Buzz put the flower back and gave him a special, tiny nectar-filled teapot as a thank you. And so, in the magical world of Fairyland, the fairies and their funny pets continued to have delightful and amusing adventures. Each day was filled with laughter, joy, and the magic of friendship.